Welcome to the Orange Mic. I'm Kirk Berry. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Orange Mic podcast. And again, we have an awesome show for you today as we grow this show and bring awesome content to you. Today, I have an amazing and special guest for you. My guest today is none other than my best friend and brother. Has been with me and has been friends for decades, literally.
Decades. 4.
Yeah. Might so call off all of them. Yeah, man. And he will be sharing with you. Of course, our friendship. We'll be talking about that, but we'll be talking about his amazing corporation that we need to make sure you all know about and find out all the details and connect with him so that you can try to use his services for your businesses and for your entertainment companies and so on and so on. So, everybody, please give an Orange Mic welcome to Justin Gill. How you doing, sir?
Good. I'm doing well. How you doing today?
I'm awesome, man. It's so good to have you here, man.
This is a weird conversation.
I know. 'Cause we don't talk with mics normally. we just talk, yell across the room, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But we're here sitting now and doing this podcast, trying to look all professional. And
Trying to.
Yeah.
With a straight face.
Yeah, trying to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too straight. Because we want to laugh and stuff and enjoy this.
Well, of course. I'm not a robot.
Nope. So, I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I could make it. Thanks for the invite.
Definitely. How about you let the people know who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Justin Gill, as Kirk said earlier. I'm the founder and owner of Canada Protection.
Mm-hmm.
It is a security company. We deal with everything from residential, commercial, industrial, as well as close protection, as you well know, and some of the pictures that I have on with Mo and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been in security since March 97.
Wow.
So over 20 years. Yeah. Wow. I know.
The 90s. What a great decade.
I miss the 90s
Yep.
so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I've been in security for a long time. It's been challenging to see how much this industry has changed.
Yeah.
Over the past, I would say, 10 years, it's drastically changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to drastically change with that.
Okay.
Which has had its own challenges. So I'm coming into the technology aspect of security.
Okay.
Rather than just the physical aspect.
Mm.
So there's a lot of changes that I've had to make. So it's a very exciting industry for me, very exciting time right now.
Yeah.
Especially moving forward and more so during this COVID lockdown, but we're not going to get into that. But yeah, I been talking, as you know, for a number of years, opening up my own company, and
Yeah.
I finally took that huge step in 2017 and went ahead and applied for everything, and I got it, and I'm very happy, very ecstatic about it.
Yeah, man.
It's,
Congratulations, of course.
Thank you. It's been 20 years in my head, and I
Yeah.
finally got everything out and everything approved, from the patches, the company name,
Yeah.
colors, uniform, everything. So it's something that I've always wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm out in uniform, I get a lot of positive reactions to it. So I know it's on its way. It's just now just trying to drum up business and
Yeah.
clients and trying to get my name and myself out there. And
That's good.
this is probably one of the best avenues with your podcast and everything
Yeah,
else
man.
that I'm doing for yourself, as well as Mo. Give up to Big Mo.
Yep.
Hey.
Mo Spence.
Yeah. So Mo Spence is one of my clients, yourself being number 2,
Mm-hmm.
and the baby one that's not around today. She's number 3 for me. So I do have a couple other clients that are up and coming that I'm in works of talking with. So it's coming slowly. I'm just not going the normal avenue that a lot of security companies do by getting buildings, condos, things like that. I'm trying to go on a different avenue.
Yeah.
Try and tap into everything in that aspect with actors, models, musicians, especially ones
Mhm.
that are up and coming. Those are the ones I'm trying to grasp at right now,
Yeah.
to get a platform going. Try
Mhm.
and promote their stuff on my Instagram, as well as my information on their Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, between the two of us right now, with everything that's going on with Court Vision, I'm trying to promote as much as I can on my end.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, it goes both hand in hand.
That's so good. That's so good. You mentioned about doing close protection for us and for most men, of course. Just kind of give a little more light into that. You know, it's we're in the entertainment industry, music and entertainment, and of course myself, of course, with Court Vision Athletics, of course.
Of course.
You know what I mean? We do the sports.
Wait, athletics, media group.
Yep.
What are the other ones?
We have the music.
Right.
And
July Soul Band. Thank
July
you,
Soul Band.
Which I did see live. Awesome band. Awesome group.
You know what I mean? So we have a lot going on. And mentioning, of course, little Victoria, she has her YouTube channels.
More than one?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, bougie.
Yeah, I know. The little one, she's doing her thing. So when we do the special events and we go do shows or touring and stuff, we have to go, of course, outside the country. That's when we require a lot of protection. And his services has been what's been keeping us safe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try. I'm not only focused here in Canada. I'm trying to get worldwide, which is why I've named the company Canada Elite Protection, because I'm trying to cater to other countries in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm working on a few clients in Jamaica, working on a few clients in Ghana right now, Trinidad as well. So a lot of the Caribbean countries I'm working on.
Yeah.
I do have one client. He supposed to be building a huge house, and he's looking for security for his property. So it's something eventually, once that house gets done, he'll be contacting, and we'll be going down there and doing security assessments and what we can, and if there's an actual need for us to be there or not. Because I am looking for clients and contracts, but if it's not really worth it, not in a sense where I make money, but in a sense where I feel that the client doesn't really need services, then I'll tell them straight out, look, you don't really need security. Set up a few cameras and then you're fine. So I'm very honest when it comes to business. And I have turned away a lot of clients over the years that I just felt, look, you don't really need anything. If you want, you can contact a monitoring station, security cameras, things like that to get what you want set up. More of the services on our side is more of a visual deterrent.
Yeah.
So we do marked patrol checks for residences. What I specialize in is a lot of residential stuff, a lot of the close protection aspect.
Yeah.
The condos, the property buildings, the malls, things like that, where you normally see security, I don't really focus on that.
Right.
This industry has become very competitive and very cutthroat when I don't really, like, us as a security industry, we should all be working together to help each other grow, as you get in other industries, with the music industries, especially with what you guys are doing, helping up and coming artists, female artists, and everything like that, right? And the security industry should be like that as well, helping everyone to maintain a certain professional level.
Yeah.
So the issues that I'm having right now with clients is I go in with a certain bid and I'm outbid by like $1 or $2, which is fine. And now the bidding rates are so low that companies, it's hard to make money. So I don't bother competing in that anymore. I'm focusing on a lot of the residential stuff, the close protection here, yes, but more abroad. Yeah. Countries like Europe, South America. I spent a number of years in South America looking around down there. Oh, yeah. Ecuador, miss you. Ecuador. Oh, man. So, and Cuba. I can't forget Cuba. Cuba's my heart. Yeah. Right? Yep. So, no, I'm not Cuban, by the way.
Well, you're going to get some questions. People are putting in the comments going, where is he from?
Yeah, that's I.
We get that a lot over the years.
No, yeah, I do get that a lot. When it comes to me, I'm a very private person. I don't really like to get too personal. I like to keep that professional distance. This is going to be a side of me that a lot of people don't see, with the smiling, laughing, joking back and forth, which I normally am, but when I'm at work, I'm completely not. So focus. Yeah, it's gonna be really weird even for me when I see myself. It's gonna be like, no,
it's okay,
right? I'm not like that. But yeah, people ask why the sunglasses. Yeah. I don't like people reading my eyes.
All right.
Right. So it's just my signature thing that I have going on right now. So anything upcoming with photos, with
Yeah.
videos. Thank you, Mo, for letting me be in the video.
Of course.
Yes, upcoming music video. I'm in it.
Yeah.
Hollywood, right
We'll
here.
never know. Yep.
I'm always in sunglasses when I'm at work.
Yeah.
It's a signature of mine, but just because of my training and my
Yeah.
visual aspects, I'm always focusing not just on you, but around the room, because I'm
Yeah.
always checking my surroundings, and it does annoy clients because they want that full attention.
Mm-hmm.
So majority of times when I'm in public, I'm pretty much, 10 times out of 10 in sunglasses,
Yeah.
unless I'm in a one-on-one meeting with a client.
Well,
Right?
ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not.
Yep.
So the residential aspect is what I focus on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So for clients that want residential patrols, alarm response, we do that. I don't set up cameras, but you can notify your alarming station, monitoring station, to have us respond, and we respond. So there is a certain fee for patrols, certain fees for alarm response. If you're looking for an actual patrol of your residents walking around, checking, doing whatever,
Yeah.
we cater pretty much to what clients want. This is what we do, and that's what we specify on. We don't just give you a package, say this is it, deal with it. No, we cater exactly to what you want.
Yeah.
So if it's a certain package you want, I can have no problems in adding stuff.
Of course.
And I do it all the time, right? I do extra stuff for clients all the time.
Yeah.
It's no skin off my nose.
It's the extra customer service that you
Exactly.
provide, which is great.
And that goes down the road a long way, which I've done, for numerous clients. I still get calls all the time for clients. So, it's the technology aspect,
Yeah.
right, that I'm trying to move into,
Okay.
right?
Here's a point I wanted to ask you. Because of what's been happening this year. We were mentioning in our previous shows that there's been a high level of like domestic violence in many
Right.
ways. It also can go along with, of course, what is lacking in the home based on their own security services that they have in the home based on cameras or whatever. Some people are able to monitor their home through their phone or their iPad or whatever.
Yeah.
And they can watch that from another location via Wi-Fi with all that or data services.
Yeah.
Is that part of the technology part you're trying to say that you're doing more, or that's
Yeah, it's a service that we want to provide.
Okay.
I can't say that we do offer that right now, but it is something that I am looking into.
Yeah.
Because a lot of other media groups, they provide that. A lot of other monitoring stations, they provide that.
Yeah.
Where you can view wherever you are in the world.
Yes.
So I do want to have that for the clients, so that not only we as a security company are monitoring the cameras 24 hours, 7 days a week, you can monitor the cameras as well, your own
Of
cameras
course.
at home. And if there's anything out of the ordinary, you can call us, contact us. We can go by and do a check remotely or physically through our services.
Yeah.
So it's something that we do like to offer. The technology aspect, yeah, it's not something, again, clients I don't have right now, so I don't have that service available. But once I get the clients going,
Yeah.
then yes, it will be that service among other things that we've been providing.
It'll definitely be there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Is there any type of things we can talk or say to kind of help somebody out there that, if they want to be more confident in being able to protect themselves or their family or a loved one? Is there anything we can kind of tell them, what to do, how, not necessarily procedures, which we can get into that later on.
Right.
That's a side kind of topic. Like if anybody wanted to know how to do actual hand combat or whatever, that they can also follow you and get that information on another show or later on. But right now, is there anything we can say to somebody? Say, how can you try to do simple things just to allow you to help you be more confident and be more aware of your surroundings? What can we can?
Well, I think you nailed it on the head when you said be aware of your surroundings. That's an aspect that I train a lot of my guards on. And over the course of years as a training instructor with previous companies.
Yeah.
It's very important to be aware as well as self-aware.
Yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings, be aware of where you're going and what you're doing at all times. Anyone that tells you anything different just doesn't understand or doesn't get it. That's pretty much security. When it comes to your own residence, it's important that you are aware and conscious of your neighbors,
Yeah.
the activity along your streets, things like that. I'm not saying you got to sit and perch outside your window and just, watch everything
Be
all day.
nosy. And
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you're, out and about,
Yeah.
if you're coming to your car or you're going to and from your car,
yeah.
I make it, bad, well, I'm not going to say bad habits, but it's habits that I do. When I'm leaving my car,
Yeah.
I always get up and I look around to see who's around.
Of course.
You never know at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it's things like that you want to look for, suspicious cars that you see. Like if your gut is telling you something's wrong, then 10 times out of 10, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Right? It's your vibration that you're reacting to, right? So it's important that when you get that gut feeling, that bad feeling, take the time to look around, be aware and just try and memorize, take pictures and just, describe them down on a piece of paper that you saw this suspicious person across the street that didn't look right, doesn't fit, right? And it's just kind of hanging around watching you, right?
Wow.
That way you got a description, and if God forbid something happens to you or your neighbors, it's important that you guys as neighbors are together as one and watching out and helping the police when it comes by for their report and description if they ask, because they're going to ask you,
Of course.
do you see anything or you notice
Suspicious.
anything suspicious,
Yeah.
things like that, right? So little things like that do help, but it's important to be aware, and use your common sense. I think is an important thing when it comes to your vehicle. Don't leave valuables in it, especially now during the holidays, or at any time, right?
Yeah.
This is now the prime time for would-be thieves or people that want to break into cars and steal your jewelry, steal your credit card thing, iPod, whatever that's out. Visually, what they're going to be doing is looking in the car to see what's there. If there's nothing there, they're not going to touch it,
Right.
right? Because they want to be in and out quickly. So there's no point in hiding anything underneath the seats or whatever, because if you have something valuable out,
Yeah.
they're going to grab that and search your car.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is just lock everything in your glove box. Don't leave anything out. Don't leave loose change,
Yeah.
jewelry, phone,
Mm-hmm.
laptops, gifts. When you're buying gifts,
In the trunk kind of thing.
yeah, you can put them in the
Yeah.
trunk.
Yeah.
I always recommend people get your cars tinted, as long as it's at a legal level, right?
Yeah.
And then put your jacket over top of the bags or secure your bags in the trunk. It's out of view, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell people. If your car unfortunately does get broken into, majority of times you either forgot to lock it
Yeah.
or something was out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to do that. So that way you're not a victim, whether you're at a mall, whether you're at public parking, or you're downtown, or you're even at your own residence.
Yeah.
Would-be thieves nowadays are getting very brave and doing daytime in the afternoon.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, it's just majority of times people don't have cameras or anything like that set up outside of their houses,
Yeah.
or some type of deterrent where security comes into play. A lot of companies that I work for, just even driving by the neighborhood, actually averted a lot of home invasions.
Oh.
But
Wow.
generally, if you are a victim of home invasion, they've been watching you for a while,
Yeah.
memorizing
Yeah.
your times.
Yeah.
If you're set on a certain, like 1
Schedule?
p.m. at the gym,
Yeah.
3 p.m. for work or
Yeah.
whatever, and that is your continuous habit,
Yeah.
then guaranteed between those hours is when your house is going to get broken into.
Oh my God.
So it's important to, again, be vigilant, be observant, but change up your routines. Don't keep things at the same time.
Yeah.
Keep people guessing as to what you're doing,
That's good.
right? So
Keep
it's important to
all-
have that.
Always keep him guessing.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So that's a good point you used to just told the people that, during this time, of course, holidays and any time, to be very mindful of your vehicles and your
Right.
homes and stuff. Some people, I know they used to keep like a light on in certain rooms in the house.
Yeah.
You remember those scenes in movies? Sometimes they would put like, I think it was Home Alone did it.
Yeah.
You
And
put
they
like
have the
somebody,
fake cardboard.
yeah, and someone's moving like this. They're moving like this in the window.
Yeah.
So when someone's walking by in the street and they see the window and see something moving, they're like, somebody's home.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's
should do that.
Hollywood will have its own ideas, but in reality, of fact, it doesn't really work.
No.
If somebody wants to break in, they're gonna break in regardless of what's
Yeah.
going on, right?
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, and then it comes into the cyber aspect as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so how the cyber stuff? How's that world? And based on, I know we were talking about getting more aware of the technical side of being
Yeah.
security. How do you see that industry and that section of security? what do you think people can do?
Well, 10, 15 years ago, I said it. I called it, and I said security and computers are going to be the next big thing in the next 10 years. And sure enough, it's they've gone hand in hand.
Yep.
So as much as people see them as separated individuals, they're both the same, those two aspects.
Completely.
And now they're starting to merge together. So when it comes to the cyber world, you get a lot of people now with COVID going on, lockdowns going on, people restricted and being at home, doing a lot of online shopping. I'm not personally a fan of it. I don't do online shopping. I'm very old school. I'll still go to the store. I will avoid the automatic tellers and still go to, a man teller or a woman teller. I can't get that right. Yeah, I can't discriminate in that way. To a person rather than just a machine.
Of course.
Because I still believe in, interaction, whatever.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the cyber stuff, it's just like I said, if they're going to hack your computer, it doesn't matter what you have, they're going to do it.
Man.
Right? And credit card fraud and everything else that's going on, it's unfortunate it does happen. There's really no way to not avoid it. Just make sure that your Wi-Fi has a very strong password and it doesn't show a password and it's locked and secure. Do not go to an open source Wi-Fi. So if you're at McDonald's or anything like that and they got free Wi-Fi, do not go on there. I keep telling people don't do it because it's an open source. Your neighbor next to you, I guarantee you some guy that's in the parking lot will be on the same source, see you pop up and have complete access to your computer. And guess what you're doing on your computer? You're doing online shopping, which it gives them access to your credit card, and then that's it. Right. So it's good that credit card has their own investigation department and then they go ahead and they determine whether it's fraud or not, and you're reimbursed your money, which is good, but still it's something it's very hard to do right now. So I just tell people just be very diligent on how you're doing your credit card shopping, right? And don't give out your credit card information. Don't go to an open source. Make sure it has a very strong Wi-Fi password and your personal one has one, because that's another thing when it comes to residential stuff is you'll have guys sitting outside your house or a neighbor's house trying to hack into your Wi-Fi. Because again, when you're on Wi-Fi and you get into someone's computer, your whole life is in that computer. If you don't believe me, shut your computer down for 48 hours and see how long you can last. You can't do it because you're doing all your online shopping, right? And your Facebook. Social media. This
stuff is getting me all like nervous because there's so many stuff that people will be doing with their computers, and we feel like we're so like a peace or in a safe space.
Your bubble.
That's a good word. We think that we're so protected, and even when they do stuff on the sites and say, hey, this backward password, and you know you have 2 passwords, whatever, to get in to log in. You think, oh, this is very safe. But when you really think about it, when those who spend their entire life of trying to get through in the cyber world. That's, it's a joke to them.
Even when I was working security at York University, I met students there that it was nothing to them. And they could hack into anything. And they were showing me. And I'm just like, whoa.
Man, see?
So it's very easy. The nerds are coming out on top, right? In high school, we were getting beat up, but not anymore. We're coming back.
This is like the movie, Revenge of the Nerds.
Right?
Only nowadays is different.
Right? So the cyber aspect, you have to be very careful. Change your passwords up. Make them hard. I have one password that I have, and the tech was looking at going, wow. So if he's saying wow, it's pretty well protected.
Then he can't crack it.
Right. So, cyber is just, it's another aspect of security. And, like I said, you'll have people that are sitting in their cars down the street from your house that will hack your Wi-Fi, have access to your computer, and then have access to your Facebook account or your Instagram account or anything that does with social media. And you have your whole month plan. So guess what Kirk's doing next month when he goes on a vacation for 2 weeks and decides to post it all over Facebook? Me as a would-be thief, hey, great, it's going to be open season in your house for 2 weeks, right? Because they don't have security. So that's where our security aspect comes in. Because 10 times out of 10 with snowbirds that are gone during the wintertime, that's when the peak will happen. And you'll get a lot of house break-ins that'll happen during that time because, again, they're watching. and they have access to this, they have access to that, and they've done it all without you even knowing about it until you come back and you realize your house has been broken into.
Yep.
Or you'll have one thing for house insurance. A lot of homeowners don't know, and this is the only free tip I'm giving you guys.
Free tip.
This is a free tip.
Exclusive right now.
So a lot of people don't know when it comes to your house insurance that when you leave on vacation,
Yeah.
and there's a flood or there's a disaster that happens inside your house,
Mm-hmm.
you are held liable. You are stuck with that bill.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. The only reason the loophole insurance companies go through is that, well, during the time of when that flood happened, there was nobody physically in the house. If there's somebody physically in the house,
Yeah.
the insurance company's liable. So that's why I tell clients, when you're gone on vacation, make sure you have security there. So that way, when we're doing patrols, we identify this and we see, oh my God, we went inside to do a patrol because, yes, we do go inside houses if the client wants to.
Yeah.
Or if they don't want us to, we can stand outside.
Yeah.
But even with monitoring cameras inside, we can see any damage of the potential flood. We dispatch an officer, go by, have access, because we'll have access through into the house, be able to either shut off the water or do what we need to do. But physically, there's somebody there. Therefore, the insurance company cannot say, oh, well, there's no loophole.
Wow.
So a lot of people don't understand that. So I'll tell a lot of people, when it comes to your insurance, house insurance, or anything you're doing for your house, please read the fine print.
Ooh. I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't.
I didn't know that part. I remember doing house insurance in my last house and going through all that. I did not see that part.
Yeah, a lot of those clauses will be in the fine print. So when you get those documents that are like, yay thick, read them.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people just don't know about, right?
This is really cool. And this is why it's great to have you on the show, because when people are watching this, I want people to really understand how important this is for protecting your home and your family. And all those memories that you have in the house and valuable things that you have in the house that you want to keep protected. These are things that we have to keep in mind and be able to look at what can we do to help and who can we call. You ain't gonna call no Ghostbusters. You're gonna call Canada Elite Services.
That's
Protection, right?
Yeah. So it's important to, as homeowners, to there was a point in time when we grew up where neighbors knew each other.
Yeah.
We were all, whether you lived on a block or lived on a street, within 4 houses from your left to right to across the street, we all knew. And there was always barbecues, there was always family get together, and there was a tight neighborhood knit at one point.
Yeah.
And everyone watched out for each other. And that's a sad thing that's lacking nowadays, is that there is, but it's not as strong as it was before.
No.
Everyone's in their social bubble now.
Yeah.
And it's important that, as a homeowner, to, try and be neighborly, get to know your neighbors, understand your neighbors, and, watch out for each other.
Yeah.
It's just something that's sadly lacking sometimes when I'm working for certain security companies and doing residential patrols. I'm out there wandering around and 2-3 in the morning, and it's just that whole neighborhood feeling. Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Remember, the kids could have been out in front of the house.
Yeah,
they could have been playing street hockey.
Oh yeah,
could have been doing that.
Yeah, back in the days. Now, whenever I'm driving through the neighborhood, all they see is the blue hazes from TVs.
Oh my God! From the windows, that's all you see.
That's all you see. So,
man,
it's important, to kind of have that neighborhood. Like, I know there's some neighborhoods that form their own neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
Right. And they're 10-15 houses on a block or in a court, and they're constantly watching out for everybody, and it just makes thieves that much harder when they see that.
Yeah.
Or get that feeling when they drive down a street or a court. So again, it's important to be vigilant, going back to our point earlier, to be observant watching, especially if you're living on a court or in a quiet residential area. You're going to get a lot of cars that are driving by, but if they're driving slow and you feel something's wrong, 10 times out of 10, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, just never second guess yourself.
Wow.
Right.
I'm going to kind of go into one specific topic about security. And we kind of touched on it earlier on, but I'm going to be more specific. Because, of course, from your past, experience in working, the university and everything, for women, is there kind of and I'm not trying to center out women that, like you're a weaker person. That's not the
Good
whole.
God, no.
That's not the point at all. I have a problem when people prey on women.
Yeah, so do I.
Right. So, and I know you do. So, is there something we can say? Just say something specifically. How can we advise and then inform and help empower women in the idea of security and protection? And sometimes there's single mothers out there, right? There's the elderly, and of course younger girls, and those three aspects right there alone. Of course, the kids is one thing. Of course, the child trafficking that we cannot stand.
Yeah.
And when girls are being taken again for sex trafficking, again, we can't stand that. And then when women are being attacked and abused and, on the street, where rape and all those situations are concerned. And then the elderly are just totally feeded on, and because they're vulnerable. So that's a major spectrum right there alone, of course. And then, yes, I'm talking more about women. How can we empower them? What can we say to give them something to think about when they hear this and watch this, that they can go, you know what, I like that, I'm going to start learning how to do that, or get some help or whatever. What can we tell them to empower the women in all those spectrums?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that all this is going on. It's really unfortunate that I have to kind of touch on this topic. I shouldn't have to.
I know.
As a male,
I know.
It's just. Anyways,
Yeah.
there's a lot of training courses that people can take.
Yeah.
Depending on what you want. Kickboxing I find is good because it's good
cool.
cardio workout. It's it invokes the entire body.
Yeah.
There are some military training that can be taken
Cool.
for self-defense. There's a lot that's out there and available.
Yeah.
That is made ready and available to anybody that wants to take it.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few instructors that I do know that do teach the public training courses, things like that. Like right now, it's nothing that I can do because I'm not trained for use of force.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other training places and things like that I can refer to.
That's good.
Yeah, of course. As well as my officers, they're all fully trained and qualified for anything that may arise. The Israeli have a self-defense military training called Krav Maga, which is probably one of the most lethal forms of self-defense that's out there, because they teach you to defend yourself against 7 or more attackers. And it's not really the word defend. it's more kill. So those classes are available.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fine-tune something for security, not to the kill point,
mm-hmm.
but more defensive and protection rather than offense.
Yep.
But there's a lot that women can take and women can do. Again, it comes down to being self-aware and just being conscious of where you are and the company that you keep.
Of course.
Unfortunately, it's the times now. There are groups that do follow me on Instagram. One is called Angels of Hope Against Human Trafficking.
Nice.
And they are very big up in Sudbury. So I want to give a shout out to Christina.
Yep.
So she's following me on Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
So we conversed a little bit in the beginning when I first met her. So once she gets her houses set up in Sudbury, we're going to be providing security for them.
That's good. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I'm all about giving back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any communities out there for shelters for human trafficking or any abuse shelters that's looking for security, by all means get in touch with me. We can sit down, do an assessment, security assessment, and we can work something out to provide you and the shelter security. There's a lot of help out there for anybody that needs it. Yeah. For PTSD, for human trafficking, for anything, it's readily available. I'm always available to help out anybody out there that's in a situation that doesn't know how to get out of it. That needs that outreach. I can be reached and available through Instagram, through Facebook, at any time, and there's always a sub outreach for a group that I know or people that I know that's willing to help out and willing to do whatever. That's never a problem. And again, I just it's all about now about giving back to the community right now.
Yeah.
But again, there's training classes, training courses, specifically designed for that, to help empower and encourage women to stand up and say no.
Yeah.
And that's an important word, is no.
Say no.
It's not a bad word. It's not a shy word.
No.
No is no, and it's that simple.
And you know what? As you just said that, saying no. We're not just talking like a stranger on the street that's come up to you and trying to attack you, and you're saying no.
Yeah.
This goes like in the home.
Yeah.
In your family life, your relationships, or it say no and mean it. And what comes next is being able to inform yourself and empower yourself to be able to defend yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And get help.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because we touched a little bit on domestic violence.
Yeah.
And abuse, especially it's going on now during the lockdown. You're not forced to stay in anything that you're not comfortable with, regardless if it's bound by marriage.
Yep.
If you are in a situation where you are being abused physically, emotionally, or psychologically, those three forms are forms of abuse.
Yep.
You have outlets, and you're not stuck where you are. You can always contact your local police department, 911, if it becomes to a point where it's physical.
Yeah.
There are outreaches out there that are very, what's the word?
Willing or capable.
Well, yeah, willing, capable, but more, they're very discreet is the word I'm looking for.
Oh, that's a good word. Yeah.
So it's not nothing that'll be publicly known.
Right.
And your spouse, your partner, and I can't say that men are specifically the ones abusing, because I do know women, can be the abuser too as well. It does go both ways. So there are outreaches and things like that discreetly will come in and help you and get out of that situation right away.
Yeah.
I do have one client that's in the situation right now as we speak, and I can't name names.
Of course.
But she's going through that right now, and she's in the process of going to a battered shelter in the town that she lives in.
Man.
So I'm closely watching her and in contact with her every day. And there's no billing in this. It's just me doing my part, one, as, security, but two, as a fellow human being.
Wow.
Right? And that's, I think, an important thing that people have to start getting back in touch with, is helping their fellow human being, regardless if it's for personal reasons or whatever.
I commend you on that.
Thank you.
Totally commend you. Obviously, me knowing your character, I definitely like to make a point of that, that people hear that and know that's something you do. And the things that's not publicized or advertised are, it shows a lot who you are.
Yeah, discretion is very important in my line of work.
Yeah.
It's not something that I advertise. A lot of things you don't know. I mean, Kirk and I, a bit of a history here. We go way back to grade 3, grade 4. So Kirk is like my brother from another brother. Brother from another mother.
How does that work?
That wouldn't work, eh? No, my brother from another mother. So he knows me better than I know myself, and vice versa.
Yeah, man.
So growing up, that's just how we were and how we still are to this day. And it's just, people just need to do that with their fellow person, right? I mean, not just everybody, obviously, right? Because there are some evil people that have evil intent, that want to do evil upon others. But that's another podcast right there. Hint,
completely,
hint. Hint, hint.
Yep, that's right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I mean, like I said, there are outreaches, and there's things that I do for people that's not advertised, because I'm not out looking to get recognition or anything like that. I still believe in helping, fellow people all the time. Yeah. And where I currently work right now, I can't say who or where, but it's very gratifying to be able to work in a place and be able to give back to my community. And even when I'm out on patrol, or I'm out walking around or doing security, I still see it all the time. There was one time at work, it was a couple of years back in the wintertime, it was like minus. It was the year after we had that minus 40, minus 50.
The ice storm, you mean?
Yeah, the bad one. So
not a good time.
Patrolling in a certain area, and elderly lady was out walking around, and it was like minus 30, minus 40 outside. No jacket, no shoes, no nothing. So I knew something was wrong. And this is at like 9, 10 at night, and everyone's just walking by, oblivious, like, who cares?
Are you serious? That's not cool.
Pulled right over, and I asked her if she's having a problem, and she's obviously cold and freezing. I gave her my jacket, put her in the patrol car, turned the heat on, called the police, went through the whole procedure, whatever. Cops came by, and it's just, I'm not looking for recognition.
Wow.
I have no idea how she's doing. I know she was transported back to the home care where she was at, but it's not like I was following up to get recognition from the family or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'd never been contacted from Toronto Police in regards to that matter, so I'm assuming that she got back okay. But that's just
Yeah.
human being to another human
Yeah,
being,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it has nothing to do with
Wow.
me doing security or anything like that, because a lot of company policies where we don't do that.
Yeah.
My company policy is, if you see it's something that it's
You have to do something.
it's definitive
Yeah.
on the spot,
Yeah.
right? It's really consciously up to the person at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Me personally, I have no problems in doing that.
Yeah.
That's just me being human being to another. It's unfortunately,
Wow.
it's not something that goes around more of, but it's something that I do, and it's something I incorporate when I do security as well. That I go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just a lot of things that I see lacking with humanity these days.
Definitely. Just
time.
being kind.
Yeah, exactly. Be kind.
It's
Right.
not. Trust me, I wish that was common.
Common. Yeah.
Not common at all. Like sense, right?
Yeah. Can't teach common sense. Yeah.
Common sense ain't common.
Yeah.
More uncommon sense is common.
Well, I can
Yeah.
tell you stories of some of the things that maybe scratch my head in the 20 plus years I've done this job.
Well, that's gonna be another show.
Well, that and even outside of my job, just coming here sometimes, I'm just like,
Yeah.
really?
Did that just happen?
Yeah.
All right, so this is good. This is really good stuff. By the way, let's have a moment. Is there anybody else that we want to give a shout out to?
Yeah. So
Let's give a shout out.
again, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Well, I'm more on Instagram than I am anything else. So
Yeah.
it's Canada Lead Protection Incorporated for Instagram. So I just want to say to my 100th follower, very happy about that.
Oh wait, hold on. Your 100th follower.
Yes.
I love it.
100. I finally reached 100.
They get special treatment. I love it. That's
Oh,
good.
of course they do. Of course.
course.
So I just want to say hey to Crystal Lynn from London for being my 100th follower.
Yeah.
She's big working out. I think she does a lot of shows, things like that. So
Yeah.
I want to eventually want to get her on here doing some podcasts and some modeling shoots she wants to do for her portfolio. So
That's cool.
Court Vision Media, right? Yeah.
Yep,
Right?
we got you.
I also want to give out a shout out to Jennifer Donison.
Yeah.
She does a single parent coaching for divorce and parent coach.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so she does a lot of work where she's interacting with anyone going through rough divorce. Life coach. She's got her certification and diploma, so she's good.
That's another show.
Yeah,
All
another
right.
show.
You gotta
Yeah,
get her on
big
the
time.
show.
Hint, right?
Very big hint.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to Skin in the Game for providing me the shirt, Frontline. Again, with the COVID, everything that's going on, big respect and shout out to all the frontline workers that's out there.
Definitely.
So she sells her shirts online, which is what I have on right now. She has clothing apparel from athletic gear, hoodies, track pants. She just started getting face masks going on with her logo on the side. So if you're looking for anything like that, again, it's called Skin in the Game. She is she works in the hospital directly, so the money she makes from these goes directly to the frontline staff. So
And that's really cool. Like we mentioned, we were talking earlier on that it goes directly as opposed to an organization to another organization and maybe another organization and then to someone's pocket and maybe
everything's all cut up, and then eventually when it gets down to the front line, there's really not much left. Yeah, if it does.
Yeah.
So her proceeds, 100% goes right back to the hospital that she works at. So Skin in the Game is what it's called, and she's again on Instagram. And I want to give a shout out to Angels of Hope Against Human Trafficking, and they are located in Sudbury. Christina, just want to say hey, what's up? I'm glad we met. Glad we're talking.
Yeah. It's a great initiative.
Mo, did I put you in touch with her? I think I did, didn't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't really reached out to her yet.
That's okay. Yeah.
We'll make the connection.
For sure.
Yeah.
So again, she's based in Sudbury. So if anybody in the Sudbury area needs an outreach, needs help, by all means, reach out to them.
That's good.
She's eventually going to be coming into the city because I'm trying to get her to come down here to Toronto, set up some few houses down here.
Good.
And work with local police agencies, York Region, Toronto, OPP, and hopefully nip this in the bud. But I read a scary article a couple months ago saying that every hotel that's along the 401 has human trafficking taking place. And I thought that was a very scary, and just, if you take a moment to think about that, every hotel that's located along the 401 has human trafficking in it.
Okay. uh, that's really hard to hear, because obviously, we're here in Toronto, east side, of course, but what?
Yeah, it's things like, it's like I said, over the past 10 years, is just there's been a lot of changes, and a lot of people
God.
just, when people are presented with the truth, they just don't want
True.
to accept the truth.
And what's really, again, disturbing, because like I said, we're right here and we pass them
Yeah.
so often, and like you said earlier, out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see it, we
Yeah.
don't know it's there.
And you wouldn't even know what to look for.
Exactly.
That's how discreet it is. It could be a house in your neighborhood. Who knows?
That's disgusting.
Right? And it's unfortunate, but we have to help the agencies involved with your local police departments and helping them out as much as we can. It's important because this is a very serious issue. Very serious
completely.
issue. Yeah.
So disturbing, man. It bothers me in so many ways right now. I have a word
Irritates me as
struggle
well, yeah.
because I got 3 sisters, right? And I've said it in one of my other shows. And of course, I've learned all the women in my life, my mom, my grandma, my aunts, and my cousins. You know what I mean? They've been, and my niece, right? They've been in my life, and they poured into me, or I poured into them, family back and forth, and protection, and be with, and they show love, of course, right? And to just to have the thought of, my family, the women in my family, having to be in that industry or being sucked into that without them wanting to be in it, obviously. And then I also work with youth and children and kids all my life. That's my passion, my purpose in life, to work with youth and make sure they make better decisions in life in many ways. And then hearing all this, it's like I don't know what, the words are leaving me. Like, I don't know what I would do if I find out that it's happened to anyone. I know or don't know. This still bothers me, and to know it's that close, that's where it's really
it's
disturbing.
hitting close to home. That domestic violence, abuse,
disgusting.
Bullying too is another issue. That I'm very, very close with, because going through high school was bullied.
I was gonna say
a lot.
I was gonna say that's another show for us. We can both talk about that now.
Yeah.
Man.
So there's a few bullying groups that I follow on Facebook, and I've openly talked about it, about being bullied all through high school.
Yeah.
So, it's something that, it's just, you carry forward no matter what. I don't care what anybody says.
Of course.
To this day, it's still in the back of my head. Right.
Of course.
Yeah. So
what's it good? I guess as you get older, there's choices you have. Like, some people always say, "Oh, you'll grow out of it." That's not a good statement to say. But can you say when you get older, you can use that experience, that pain, the hurt, the disappointment, the embarrassing, all the list that can be, all the words that can be said there, use that to help others completely, and how to protect others. And what's cool is we have an eye for it because we've been there, right? So if we see it, and we can kind of catch it before it gets too bad, if that makes sense, and help someone that's going through it, who is not realizing it, being naive, or just they have no answers. They're just in it, and they're lost, right? So someone like us, we'd be able to say, hey, come, let's talk. And then they go. Now, obviously, we wanted to go and find out who it is, and then we go handle some business and deal with their case, and take them out, whatever. That's what we'd rather do, and that's probably sometimes it will have to come to that. But what you want to do is deal with it in a way that, hey, let's see what the problem is and see what their problem is. And what we were talking about yesterday about something else, but that we don't realize that sometimes, and I'm only saying sometimes, the bullier, if that makes sense, that's a word, the person that's doing all the bullying, they need help, and they don't even know that they're being a bully.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're just doing what they've seen or what they've experienced, and they're just regurgitating that.
Yeah, it's monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, only sometimes. And like I said, those ones need to get the help so they can stop and fix up and then make the change.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the other ones that know what the hell they're doing, now those are the ones that they get dealt with a different way.
Yeah. Well, it's I got into security because I wanted to stand up and be a voice for those that are unable to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That don't have the courage to stand up, don't have the courage to defend themselves.
Man.
That's one of the main reasons why I got into security and law enforcement, and another reason why it filtered into opening up my own company.
Okay.
Right. So being that voice for somebody that doesn't have a voice.
Yeah.
Or helping that person that's stuck, that doesn't know how to get out, or in a situation that they don't feel there is no light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, that's good.
Because of the experiences and everything that I've gone through, I can not really tap into that person, but I can understand that person and show them that, you know what, no matter how dark that hole is or how deep you feel that is, it's really not. It's just what you've put yourself in. And my father always taught me that no matter whatever you put yourself in, you can always get yourself out.
Yeah.
Right. And that has always stuck with me to this day. So that when I feel that I'm in a hole or I'm in a dark place, it's something that I've put myself into. Because fundamentally, at the end of the day, you are your own worst enemy. Right.
True.
And if you can understand that aspect, then pulling yourself out is just as easy as you got yourself in there, regardless of what the situation is. And I know there's people out there that's going to be like, oh, well, I was in this and I was in that. And at the end of the day, this is not a competition as to who is in the worst. What fundamentally the thing is you are in the situation.
Yeah.
Right. So you can get yourself out of it. Yep. So in turn with the bullying and everything that I've done, I've turned it around. Because I've learned to turn my negative into a positive, and I've turned that around to help others, to show them that, hey, you know what, this is what I experienced, but I didn't let it overtake me. I overtook it by not allowing it to control me in that aspect, to understand that, hey, this is what people do. Yeah. It is not okay, right? And I will not be a victim. No. And that's it. Yeah. And when you understand that, after that, it's a day-by-day process to overcoming that psychological event, which is a PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, right, as we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
PTSD comes in all shapes and forms and sizes. Yep. I have PTSD from work, from personal stuff, from whatever, right? PTSD doesn't apply just to frontline staff, police or military. It applies to anybody. Domestic abuse, domestic violence, that's PTSD. You get into a car accident and you're afraid to get into a car or whatever, you're having visions of that, that is PTSD.
Definitely.
Right? Everyone has it. Everyone's got some form of it. Yep. Right? So it's just overcoming those challenges, not letting them control you, right? So when it comes down to bullying in that aspect, I'm effective in that way because I can relate to people that have gone through that and say, hey, you know what? I've gone through it, and look how I've come out. If I can do it, you can do it.
That's a really good point.
Right? So
that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Because that's what, if some people just need to see the outcome, the positive outcome, right? Yeah. And is it possible, all that kind of stuff. And then it's just good to let them know, let anyone know that, hey, it's okay if you are stressed out about it. It's okay if you are like hurt and confused about what to do. It's totally okay. That means you're human, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But we gotta do and understand is that what do we do with that feeling? Yeah. You know, you mentioned you mentioned your dad. You know, God bless him.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And I was just about to make a reference of my dad. You know,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah. You know, dad is taught me about. Listen, you're gonna feel things. Like, there's nothing wrong to feel it, nothing wrong to see it or to experience it, but it's always, his point was always, what is your next step? What's your next decision? Right. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to be all, like, you know, cry in the corner and all weak and everything?
Look at me.
Yeah. And woe is me, that stuff. Or are you going to take that experience, you already went through it, okay, fine. Now, what are you going to do next? How are you going to bounce back? Are you going to be an advocate? Are you going to be someone that's going to be a continued cycle person that's going to continue the process on somebody else? Are you going to be the negative or the positive? Yeah. That's where that point is, and that's what we have to understand. You know, to feel it, to go through it, that's not a problem. What the problem is if you decide to choose the negative after
Yeah.
You've experienced it. So that's what, we really want to show people. Like, there's people that's gone through stuff like what we've gone through, and some worse.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. And then they decide to be a spokesperson or whatever. Or it's allowed them to be a business person of someone that's making change. And now they look back at that experience and go, man, if that didn't happen, I would not have been this successful person to this day. So sometimes what's great is people can, if they recognize the negative things that's happened in your life, the bullying and anything else that's negative like that, the abuse and all that stuff, sometimes you can say, maybe all the time, you can take that and make that, like, in Dragon Ball Z was like, all that, ooh,
yeah,
and you take it and channel it to where you want it to go.
Yeah.
And make it work for you. Make it positive. Make it empowering. Make it be gas and boosting for you for your next step.
That's exactly what I've not have been doing, but I've been doing.
Yeah.
And it's you have to have your channels, you have to have your outlets.
It's true.
Big thing for me is the gym, and when I get into any training physicalities at work, it's just amazing because I'm allowed to release all that negative energy and just get it out of my system, and you get something positive, productive out of it.
And it's completely controlled.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Key.
Oh yeah,
you are in control, and you now can do whatever they want with it, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
because sometimes when we've gone through the experiences in the past, younger, when you're vulnerable or whatever, or even weak, you weren't in control.
Yeah,
like it came to you, and you're like, why is this happening? What did I do? Like, can it stop? Like, leave me alone. All that kind of stuff, and until it surpasses whatever, and now you build up the strength, and then you understand what's happening, and as you get older, like now you can be like, you know what? That's not gonna happen anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to take control of this now, and this is what's going to happen from this point on.
Yeah, because the one question that I get asked is, if you can go back in time, what would you change?
Oh, interesting question.
Right? And
interesting.
I always tell people I would never change anything regardless of how horrible what happened. Trials and tribulations have led me to the person that I am today. And without those, you wouldn't be who you are today. Right?
Yep.
So it's important that you are happy with who you are. If you're not happy with who you are, then you make the changes until you are happy with who you are, and stop looking to other people for your happiness. Yeah. Right? So I would never, I've gone through a lot over the course of my life. Would I change anything? Absolutely not, because I would not be who I am right here, right now. I'd be somebody far worse. Yeah. Right? Not the person that I would want to be. It's all how you come out of your trials and tribulations which define you as a person, whether you're a strong person or a weak person. Right? You can be physically in shape, but be the weakest person around because you don't know how to overcome your challenges.
Yep, right? I know a few people like that.
Yeah, I know a few like that too. And it's unfortunate that people like that like to prey on society. Yeah. So rewinding back here, it's important that you are vigilant, you are aware, and you're doing what you can to protect what my boss used to tell me, protect your perimeter. Yeah. All right. Now, at the end of the day, it depends who's in your perimeter, who's in your fence line. Right? That's up to you. Whether that's something you want to take on or challenge. Yeah. Right? So, yeah, it's just It's been interesting over the past 10 years, the changes and everything that's been going on. But I love my industry. I love what I've done. I love what I've accomplished. And when I look back at my company, and this is everything that I've ever wanted. Yeah. Right. And this is just the first step that I thought I reached the top. And then when the cloud clears, I'm looking up going, all right, let's do this. Keep climbing. That's life. That's what you got to keep going. Yeah. So I'm going through my challenges right now and trying to get clients and business going. And I'm positive, as you know, because we talk every day. It'll happen when it's going to happen, right? Yeah. So, when you sit there and you think, oh, my God, this is not working out my way, at the end of the day, you're going to understand why things are not working out the way that you wanted it to work out, right? So it's important to be positive.
Positive energy.
Yeah, in business, personal, and
Yeah.
in every aspect of your life.
So
right?
let's end off this show talking about the positive energies. I saw how important it is to have the positive energy in like you just said, in personal, in work life, and business. What's some things that people can just do just to kind of keep the positive energy around them internally, in their environment, in where they work, in their home, family, you know? What do you think some people can just do? Simple things, you know what I mean?
That's, you know what, as easy as that question is said, it's probably a very difficult question to answer,
Yeah.
because my answer is just going to be for me.
Yeah, that's
right?
fine. That's beautiful.
I'm
That's
not in
gonna-
control of someone else's positivity, but see, the problem is if
Yeah.
I say, yeah, you know, this works for me, and then that person tries it, and it's like, no, that didn't work for me,
Yeah.
and it just causes more negativity. You know, like, for example, someone told me about meditation, and like 12
Yeah.
years ago, 15 years ago, I was like, meditation. And me trying to sit for more than 5 seconds to do meditation was like pulling my hair, right? You know, I was want to slap the guy in the head, you know, like, what are you talking about? This is like a waste of my time. But
Oh, man.
when this person, you know, when he said to me, you know, do 5 seconds today,
Yeah.
do 6 seconds tomorrow. And I looked at him, I go, that
Okay.
difference of 1 second is a make or break. And I sat there for like 2 weeks trying to figure out what the hell I was trying to get at. I'm like, I'll just do it. So and
Okay.
believe it or not, I'm not joking when I said this. When I actually did
Yeah.
from 5 seconds to 6 seconds, I was so happy. I was jumping up and down. I'm like, yes, I did it. That's 6 seconds turned into 10 seconds,
Yeah.
turned into 30 seconds, turned into a minute, 5 minutes, up to, I think the longest I meditated for was an hour.
Oh, man.
Right? So it worked for me. And, you know, it's important to keep your vibrations high, to keep your
Yeah.
positivity high,
Yeah.
even despite what's going on with this COVID and everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's very important to keep that high, because the moment you allow your vibrations to lower,
Mm-hmm.
your life will drastically change for the worse.
Wow.
And when you get into the ripple theory,
Mm-hmm.
so when you drop a pebble into, you know, a lake of water,
Yeah.
you send ripples out,
Yeah.
and then eventually ripples come back.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at your life. You have to look at your life as that calm water,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And when you drop your positivity,
Mm-hmm.
right, so that thought, you send it out into the universe. And
Yep.
what you send out in the universe is ultimately what you attract.
Yeah.
So if your life is not going the way that you want it, and life is negative and whatever, that is your own vibration. That is what you are sending out. So
Mhm.
what you send out, laws of attraction, you are going to get back.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
Preach on. What?
If you send out, if you start sending out positive vibes,
Yep.
you are going to attract that.
Yeah.
Okay? And as stupid as it sounds, when you start manifesting things, they do come true, because that is
Yeah.
what you're sending out into the universe.
That is extremely true.
Right? So when you are humble, when you get to my point, you're actually humble and you're not concerned about wealth, you're concerned about stature, any of the nonsense that everyone else is into, and you're humbled enough to just be peaceful with what you have, trust me, you are much richer than anybody else,
Mm-hmm.
because money does not buy happiness. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from somebody that had money, did not make me any happier.
Oh, man.
Right? So it's important
I
to
remember
do
that.
things to keep your positivity up,
Mhm.
whether it's at the gym, whether it's dieting, whether it's photography, whether it's crossword puzzles. You have to figure out what's important to you
Yep.
and not what everyone else is into,
Yeah.
because that's someone else's happiness, not yours.
Exactly.
In order to
Right.
find that, you have to know yourself.
Yes.
If you do not know yourself,
Yeah.
guess what? You're never going to figure yourself out.
No.
You have to take the time to get to know yourself,
Mm-hmm.
understand how you are, why you do the things that you do,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then work on your positivity and everything else that you need. And that I know with the gyms being closed right now, it's frustrating me because I
Ugh.
don't have my routine in the gym.
Yeah,
But-
man.
I'm making what I can at home.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
as effective as the gym, but you know what? At least I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that you're doing it,
Mhm.
right? Don't just talk about it. Don't think about it. Just like the Nike commercial. Just
do
do
it.
it,
I love it.
right? And that's it. It's the key to positivity and happiness is very easy to attain
Yeah.
once you understand these fundamental aspects. It took me years to figure this out.
Oh man,
Years.
it usually does.
Right? But that's what life's all about.
Yep.
Right?
Wow, man, you're awesome, brother. You're awesome so much, man. I can go on. This is good. This will be like a
Part
10
two.
hour, a 10-hour
Yeah.
show, but we will continue the show, of course, on another time. But I'm just so honored and pleased and blessed just to have you in my life, and of course to have you on the show. You know, getting people to understand and to know how to have a real friendship when it's like true family. You know that line that family you can't pick, but the family that you
Yep.
do pick becomes real family. That's amazing right there.
Yeah, love knows no colors.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
See there? Yeah, man.
We've gone through so much racial stuff all
Oh,
through
Lord.
public school, all through high school.
God.
It never deterred us,
No,
right? We've had that spiritual bond between the two of us
Yep.
that no one, I don't think anyone outside of the three of us will ever understand that.
Hi, Mo.
Hi, Mo.
Hey guys.
Yeah,
Right?
it's true.
So, it's just, even anybody now that's looking back going, hey, I remember those guys from high school. Wow, they're still talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
And
Every
those
day.
ones that, that said something to us in high school. Yeah.
Stay off the sidewalks.
Yeah. We know who you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
See us now? Yeah. Don't let us find you no more.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just the times have held, and it just shows that you can. It does happen,
Yeah.
right? We can't pick and choose our family, but
Yeah. Technically, we can.
we can.
Yep.
It just worked out that way. So
Yep.
I'm very blessed. I'm humbled to be here, to be asked to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blessed to have known you this entire time, and the
Yeah,
fact
man.
that no matter who came between us, right? We're still here. I don't know where you guys are, but we're still here.
I'm laughing because I want to go into that, but that's another.
And we are laughing about you, trust me.
Trust me.
2 weeks ago, we were laughing about some
Trust
of you
me.
chicken heads out there, right?
Ooh, trust me.
So,
he who
yeah.
laughs
Laughs best, right?
Laughs
Yeah.
best. And I'm going to
So-
laugh. I'm keep on laughing. Yeah. I'm laughing at you.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
But yeah, again,
This is great.
thank you for having me here and
Yeah,
just
man.
everything you guys are helping me out with the with my company, and
And
you guys know I'll do whatever for you guys,
vice
right?
versa, man.
Yeah,
Trust
that's you
me.
too, Mo.
You too.
Yeah,
Oh,
music
wait.
videos,
Yeah.
mo.spence hashtag. So she's out there.
Yeah.
I'm following her. Any pictures you see me with her, that's my client.
Yes.
Yep.
So show your support.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. Friendship
And-
for life.
I appreciate that.
This is great, man. Man, blood is thicker than water.
Yeah, bad boys for life.
You know what I
man.
mean? Bad boy for life.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
Yo, big up shout outs to Master Do It. The shout out to the groomsmen. You guys know what's up. The
Yes.
starting five. All you guys out there, you gotta get on the show. I know who someone in particular I gotta get on the show who's doesn't want to be in front of the camera. Yeah, I'm not gonna say your name.
I want to call her out right now.
No,
Call
no,
her
no,
out.
No. On the guys and the groomsmen.
Oh, the groomsman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, Mo. I didn't mean to put you on the, thing, on the,
she'll
on,
be-
on the light
she'll
like
get
that.
on the show
I'll
for
get on,
sure.
I'll get on.
Yeah.
But anyways, the guys, man, what's up? Enough respect to you guys. I'll see you guys soon for
The
sure.
groomsman.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this COVID nonsense lives next year. We can actually get this done.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. We're gonna do it our way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
man.
worries.
Well, everybody, this has been a great show. We covered a lot of things in the show, and I know specifically there's some things we talked about that's gonna help people today. I know that, like, cause there's some of these things we talked about that I've been having conversations with some people, like one-on-ones. Oh, excuse me, and
That's the wine.
yeah, good stuff.
Jungle juice.
You know what? That's actually a part of the name I would use for the wine if we decide to make our own wine.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Our own wine will be called Jungle Juice.
Straight from Jamaica.
Straight from Jamaica. Oh man, see,
I'm drinking water, by the way,
Yeah, it's water.
with lemon because I'm bougie that way.
That's the safe jungle juice.
Yeah, this is the new trend now.
Yep.
Yeah,
The healthy one. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Well, everybody, once again, thank you so much for watching the Orange Mic. I want to say great big thank you to my guest, the one and only Justin Gill.
AKA Hollywood.
Yeah, man, aka Hollywood. Don't forget, we're going to be putting his information in the comments and, of course, in the write-up, of course, the description. And we want you to comment, of course, if you have any questions and information you want to share with us and to ask Justin, of course, and to inquire about his company and his services. Please make sure you check out the hashtag and also the handles that we're going to be posting. And we're going to show it on the screen probably, of course, so that you are reminded of his company and where to find him. And make sure to seriously consider looking into your security around your home, individuals, your family, and anything based on even cyber. And get information about how to protect yourself and your family and your businesses from anybody coming in and to destroy what you've built up. Okay? So, once again, thank you, Justin, for being here. Very appreciate it. And shout out, of course, to one and only Mo Spence. She's behind the camera. She'll be on the show soon.
Very soon.
Yep.
If I gotta drag her out here.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So again, everybody, thank you so much for watching the show.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
just on a side note, I'm gonna make this real quick. Even if you are currently contracted through a company, find out how much it is to break your contract. Okay. I don't divulge too much about my company because I'd rather that one-on-one with clients, but I do yearly contracts. Okay, so that gives the client the option to either wait the year or break out in 2 months or 3 months, which hasn't happened. But I do yearly contracts just to make life easier for a lot of clients. Because I know a lot of security companies will sign 5-year, 10-year contracts. I don't do that. I don't believe in locking down a client for 5 years. I give the clients options. If they decide, I don't like your service, I want to go somewhere else, that's fine. I'll give you referrals to 5 companies. Try them out. But I guarantee in 6 months you're going to be calling me back. I know that. So, again, hashtag Canada Elite Protection Incorporated, which is my company. And then personally, if you guys want to follow me, I'm on there as well. Hashtag Hollywood, aka Justin Gill. And I monitor both, so I try and do my best to keep up with everybody. So thank you.
Thanks for adding that part in, because that's important too, because some people may want to do that.
I do both. The company, I've got a lot of followers on there for police, military, especially overseas. Everybody out in France, hey, what's going on? I hope everybody's safe out there. All frontline staff, everybody out there frontline, everybody working security, military, police, Tim Hortons, whatever. If you're essential services, thank you very much for everything that you're doing. Really appreciate it. I know you guys don't hear it. If you guys want to make any purchases, again, skin in the game, hashtag, goes to a good worthy cause. And anything Court Vision Media related, athletics, Mo Spence, gonna bump that up as much as I can.
Of course.
And anybody else that I've mentioned earlier, for Angels of Hope Against Human Trafficking, and anybody else, please, if there's anything I can do to help out anybody, please don't hesitate to message me. I'll try plug you in where I feel is best for you, give you advice and whatever I can. Anything beyond that, if it's anything that I can't do or something that this is a police matter or whatever, I'll refer you to call either 911 or contact your local police department, which I have done for a few clients, right? So there's only so much I can do as a middle person when it comes to certain things, but feel free, please spread the word.
Yeah, man. See, this stuff has to be out there. That's what we're doing this for, right? This is good. Hope everybody make sure you hear that and take heed, and of course follow up on the information that's been given to you. All right, this stuff is really important. It's really serious, and we want to make sure that everyone's protected out there.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. So once again, we're going to be saying thank you again. It has many thank yous.
Thank you.
And we'll definitely see you on our next episode. And keep in mind that we do have the Orange Mic live And that is, of course, now where we have artist showcasings, and that will be different music, maybe spoken word, singers, rappers. We'll be having different talented people on the show,
Mo.
and you will get to see them, like Mo Spence, of course. Yeah. You'll see those shows coming up very shortly, okay?
Oh, she's got another music video coming out too.
Oh,
eh?
yeah, those are going to be shown
And
up.
there's a surprise guest in that.
I
from
wonder
what
who
I
the
yeah, I
surprise
wonder who
guest
that could
is.
be.
Hmm.
You guys gotta have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Somebody very bougie. No, it's not Mo.
Yeah, she's already in it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching The Orange Mic. I'm Kurt Berry, and this is Justin Gill. And the back there is Mo Spence. Thank you again. Much respect to you all. And remember, stay positive.